Time.
Hey, it's Tim with the Attitude for Gratitude podcast every Friday night down here at Will Work for Recovery, 4026 Washington Avenue North. Come on down, check us out. We have so many things going on down here at Will Work for Recovery every night of the week. We have another podcast that takes place on Wednesdays called Rule 62 with Ryan and Jake. That's a free for all, that's a show where anyone who's here in the building has access to come on and share some of their experience, strength, and hope. I do scheduled guests that I schedule ahead of time, and sometimes I do a free for all show as well. So stay tuned. You're about to hear multiple people's experience, strength, and hope. Um, but this is a great place to come on down and find some recovery. We've got structured meetings to kind of free for all meetings. We've got meetings where, so like tonight is a call up meeting. You walk in, you get a ticket, they call your number, you stand up and you say what's been keeping you clean and sober. The name of this place is Will Work for Recovery because that's what we do. We work for our recovery. There's no phone list. There's no one doing it for you. We are an RCO, Recovery Community Organization, one of the world's largest RCOs. So we are a resource facility, but we have so much going on. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. there's an all men's meeting, an all women's meeting. Monday nights we have a spiritual style meeting. Tuesday we have a native based a well briding meeting. It's just there's so much going on. 6:30 a.m.s. We've got multiple structured meetings. Saturdays we have a walk and talk at 7 o'clock, followed with a campfire outside, a bonfire. It's a great place to come, get involved, get connected. Um, and we have a podcast to boot, not to mention a weight room. We've got foosball and ping pong tables. There's just a lot going on down here. It's a great place to come get connected, to get your feet dipped into the waters of recovery, to get to get part of, not apart from. Like, that's what we do today. We recover together. We do this thing. We have a solution. There is a solution. I don't have like the solution, but I can share about what the solution I found was. Like, just as long as you're willing to hear like something about someone's solution or getting involved or being part of, not apart from. Like, if you have ideas for the show, you want to be on the show or part of the show, reach out to me. Once the show starts, there will be a little crawler going across the bottom with my number. Get involved. Post questions. This is what we get to do today. I'm looking forward to seeing who's hopped on and who's part of, but share this show. Smash that like button. Hop on to TikTok. You can watch us live there too. One. Welcome back to the Attitude for Gratitude podcast, everybody. Woo! Tonight is going to be a free for all, but I think I do have Rob H coming in. We're going to hear from him. We haven't had him on the show for a while, so we're going to get him back in here. I got a few newcomers that have already came into the room, but this is the Attitude for Gratitude podcast every Friday night, 8 p.m. Tonight we started at 8:04, which is all good. You know, it's that addict type stuff. What we're going to talk about is this simply. If you're struggling, please reach out. If you're looking for a place to come find some recovery, 4026 Washington Avenue North. That's at Will Work for Recovery. That's where we do the podcast. That's where we have a Wednesday podcast. That's where we have 5 other nights of the week available for people to come in and do their own thing. Hey, it's Tim with the Attitude for Gratitude podcast every Friday night down here at Will. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what happened. Me and my jelly fingers. So I was just trying to show you guys this whole little studio. We got a whole studio to come in here and take advantage of. So if you want to come in here and start some show or do something, like, reach out to me. This is how we do it. Like, we talk to each other. We network. That's how we got the Wednesday show started. Rule 62. That is a free-for-all show, meaning anyone who's at the meeting can hop in here right after and hop on the show. Jake and Ryan do a really good job, and Rambo, asking questions and getting people involved. We're at Will Work for Recovery. Hence, we work for our recovery. That's what we do. Before any meeting starts, the only thing we do that's community style is we make sure everyone has a ride home. Before we even start the meeting, we ask, hey, has everyone got a ride home? Someone raises their hand. We make sure we network until they get a ride home. Other than that, it's a work for your recovery. You get outside of stuff. You ask for phone numbers. You just get involved. You do things. The main thing here, too, is like if you are struggling, please reach out. come on down to Will Work for Recovery. Get to one of the many different places that you can find recovery in the Twin Cities. Like, there's tons of them. You can get on Intergroup, you can get on NA.org, you can call. There's, with keeping in with traditions, I'm not going to sit and advertise different fellowships, but there's tons of places to go. I will advertise about Will Work for Recovery because we're not one specific spot. And here's something I will read. This right here. Attention, Will Work for Recovery is not an anonymous organization. Some events and meetings might be recorded live or have some video and photos taken. If you're uncomfortable being in a photo or a video, please let us know in advance and we'll accommodate. That's what we do. We recover out loud. We share about this from a mountaintop. And it's not like your Alano clubs or like your church basements. This place is one of a kind. I stand on that because I've been to meetings all over this nation and I've yet to walk into a place that looks like this. This is the first place that showed me you can have fun in recovery. We got a few events coming up. This is Recovery Month. September is Recovery Month. National Recovery Month is a time to celebrate and support new evidence-based treatment and recovery practices. The nation's strongest, proud recovery community and dedication of service provided and communities who make recovery possible. We got a big cornhole tournament coming up. That's September 27th from noon to 5. There's fun, food, games, all sorts of good stuff. Here's the other thing is in 2 weeks from now, I think the weekend of the 13th. The weekend of the 13th, we got a big event coming up. We got our walk and talk at 7 o'clock. And right after that, we got food trucks showing up. We got game. It's just a whole evening of fun. We do this in the recovery. I mean, we always have events, but this month specifically, we try to have 3 to 4 events throughout this month, just because it is a huge month. We really like to shine a light on recovery. So if you're interested in getting involved, just reach out. My number will be going on the bottom of the screen. What does that say? Rule of 62. Don't take yourself too seriously. So I put the wrong banner up, which my bad. I do have something going on here that will show you guys something different, like that right there. My number is going across the bottom of the screen. So you are struggling, reach out. You can call me. If I don't answer, call again. If I still don't answer, call Intergroup or get to a meeting. Everyone's got phones. If you don't got phone, like, go to the library. They got the internet. You can look up. There's so many options in the Twin Cities to find recovery or to find something recovery related. Here's the thing. If you are struggling, reach out. If you're having thoughts of self-harm or if you're having any negative self-harming type things, there are options. Like, mental health is a real thing. Here's the other thing. You can cut down 988. Matter of fact, I'll put that on right now. Look at it. It's a suicide hotline, but you can also use that number if you're struggling. Call that number. It's a 24-hour hotline. Someone will pick up. Like, reach out, please. Please reach out. It is a free-for-all night, meaning whoever shows up, that's what we're going to do. Right now, the meeting ends at 8 o'clock, so people go out and take breaks. I might have 30 people that want to come in, or I just might have the one homeboy in here. You never know how it goes on a free-for-all, unlike the nights where I schedule guests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my guy here hostage until we get someone else that hops in. You know how I do. But other than that, like, it is an interactive show. So if you've got questions for our guests, congratulations. Look at you, clean 3 days after me. Mine's 7/2/18. Good job, Rita. But we recover out loud, just like you're talking about. So if you want to follow, like, subscribe, all those things. I don't know what I'm even saying right now. I think I'm supposed to say, like, hit the like button and follow and subscribe and share. I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Been doing this 3 years and I still don't know if I'm saying it right. I really don't care. I know I don't get high or drink during the night of this podcast, so it's working for me. Like, get involved. If you want to be on the show, reach out to me. Send me a text. If you got ideas for the show, reach out to me. Otherwise, come on down to Will Work for Recovery. You see this little window right there? Right there. Boom, boom. You can sit out there and you can watch the show if you don't want to get on the show. But we're in a legit little studio. I got even have microphones in here. But that's what we do. We talk about recovery. We talk about people's experience, strength, and hope, and we share about it. So share this show. You got ideas, you got questions, whatever the case is, post them to the comment section. If you don't want to put it on that platform, you can reach out to me directly on my phone. Other than that, let's get this thing started. Switch up these cameras and get it over to the guy. Yeah. All right. You are this one. Let me hear you say hello.
Hello.
All right. Move your chair over like that. The mic doesn't move, unfortunately.
Hello.
I'm waiting for new arms. So, yeah, just as close as you
go.
can. And we'll get this thing going here. Switch up the camera. Camera over my shoulder is going to be the new camera. You don't have to worry about looking at it. It's boom. There we go. I even got little remote controls for the camera. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You're live. Who are you, young man?
My name is Jacob W. I'm from New York. I just moved here a couple of years ago.
Nice. Is this your first time at Will Work?
No, I've been to Will Work a bunch of times because I live right up on Lowry, but I haven't really participated in the podcast at all. I just kind of hung around and checked it out.
So do you remember that first time you came to Will Work for Recovery?
I do remember the first time.
I always like asking this question. So
I got my soldier, and the round of applause is amazing when you get your soldier.
Explain, what do you mean? You got your soul. How about this? Take us through that first visit when you came.
When I first came, it was fresh in the sober house, right out of treatment. And I rode my bike down here. I got my soldier, and then everyone was just screaming and applauding me. And I never got such a positive feedback reaction from being a newcomer to a meeting and ever. Really?
So, I'll just kind of elaborate a little more. When you come in, we always ask, is this anyone's first time or you're new? And when people say yes, boom, we hand out a little toy soldier, and that's all it is. It's just stuff. But we give out a soldier. Sometimes Carolyn will hand out a marble. Yeah, one of you guys come on in. Surrender flag. Yes, all sorts of stuff. And it's just stuff. It doesn't keep you clean, but it is a little token of hey, welcome home. And that's how we do. Tell us what this place. All right, so pretend someone hasn't been here and they ask you what's Will Work like. How would you explain Will Work to someone?
Will Work is a great community organization that offers meetings. Almost 7 days a week and multiple times. And it's just this organization that does great work. All
right, I'm going to cut you off. Check this out. Tell me your experience. When you walked in that first time, like you said, everyone welcomed, yelled. What was the vibe? Do you remember that? What was the vibe when you walked in and you saw the walls and everything?
Oh, the vibe's awesome. Like the ambiance and the aesthetic is awesome. Like the place has the feng shui, you can call it.
Hell yeah.
And it's just very relaxing, especially the candlelight meeting. It's very relaxing, and it's just a great environment.
And that's, I did cut you out, but that's what I always try to get. I always want to get inside someone else's head about how was this for you, your experience with it? Because I always think that first time I walked in, I didn't know recovery could even look like it was when I walked in these rooms.
Right. Yeah.
It was bro, when I walked in and I seen all this stuff on the walls, I'm like, these guys are tweakers. But then I was also I'm home.
Yeah.
Because I realized well, deep down, I'm they ain't clean. For real, I'm no way, because I've been to all these church basements, all these Alanos with nothing on the walls but the 12 steps.
Yeah.
But then, after being here for a few meetings and hearing oh, they're really about this recovery thing. It was the first time I experienced people having a good time in recovery. So, you care about sharing about anything? You open book?
Yeah, I'm open book. Yeah.
So how many days clean you got?
I got day one.
Woo!
The most important person. Newcomer.
After a year.
So you said, let me do a little math here. You just said you've been coming here for a couple of years now. You moved from New York. You came here a year. How do you only got 1 day?
Well, I haven't been coming here a couple of years. I've been coming here for the last year. So.
All right, but you only have 1 day. What does that mean?
That I hadn't been coming, actually. It's too much.
You relapsed?
Yeah.
How is it out there? Drugs any better?
Never better.
Oh, it's not better out there?
No.
It's not better out there.
The dope isn't any better?
Not better.
Drugs are horrible, and they're telling on you for free.
Damn. I was hoping there was a back door to this whole thing.
No,
Nope.
it's not getting any better out there. I'll let you know that as someone with day one.
Day one, but bro, like, why'd you come back?
Why did I come back? Because I'm in school and I was like, this is gonna ruin my life again. But I have this weird nostalgia because when I first moved here, I was homeless and I lived out of a backpack and just did artwork. And it was a very freeing, like spiritual experience, even though I was using like on and off at the time. And like I still have this nostalgia of going back to that lifestyle where like I'm not worrying about my future. I'm not worrying about
No cares, no
everything,
responsibilities.
like, no responsibilities, just doing my artwork and thinking I'm on like this mission, you know? And
Oh, I
like,
get it.
I was in a bad place at the time.
That's the enemy within, you know, this thing we got up here, this brain of ours tells us anything we need to hear to get you to go back to them streets and do what you want to do, you know? And it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. It will find the easy, or it's not easy. I mean, it will find everything it needs to do to tell you exactly what you want to hear to get you back to that point. Because it's for me, it's the devil. You know, it's
Who is me? Who are you?
my name's Josh. I'm an addict in
Welcome to the
recovery.
show.
Welcome, Josh.
I have I don't know, April 1st to 2025, a little over 5 months.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Tabitha, an addict, and I have 8 months.
Welcome
Nice,
to the
Tabitha.
both of you, and hey. So mics don't move, so get as close as you can to them. Josh,
Yeah.
Tabitha, and
Jacob.
Jacob. So Jacob, this is always a question people always ask, like, what are you gonna do different this time? What's on the
Oh,
what's
yeah,
what's
what
your
are you
plans?
gonna
Like,
do
what's your
different this
plans?
time? I don't know. I do a bunch of stuff. Like I get confused myself. Like I listen to Carl Jung and like and I have his books on
Is he the
tape.
one they got the letters, the Carl Jung letters? That dude? There's like these letters.
He wrote a book while he was in a psychosis
Yeah.
called The Red Book.
Yep.
And he was like in touch with spiritual entities, and it was weird. But he was actually helped start the Oxford group,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
Okay.
was Clancy went and saw Bill, and that's when Bill was like, I got this thing. And that's when he went and saw Dr. Bob afterwards, after a couple failed attempts at trying to keep people sober. But where I'm from in New York, it's very hardcore.
Yeah.
Like,
Meaning what? Because
The
that's
meetings?
where, like, I know our headquarters is in New York, I believe. Or
Yeah.
not ours, but I heard Alcoholics Anonymous'
Yeah.
headquarters is in New York.
there's some groups in New York where they have their own clubhouses and they have sponsorship trees that relate to all the way back to the first 13th alcoholic.
Oh,
And they'll
wow.
go after like their meeting. They have meetings all day, but they'll go to different meetings and be like, hey, will you come to our clubhouse with us? And then they're very like by the book, how the first 100 alcoholics went through the book.
Wow.
I love how
Yeah.
he's well versed in all of the
No, you're good. Keep going.
biography of, not, I guess it's not biography of it. I was just stuck at a word, the history of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, it hasn't
And
helped me much.
No, and it doesn't matter. You know, like the thing is, you're still here and you're the most important person, you know,
Thank
because
you.
like we can only keep what we have by giving it away. And obviously what happened last time wasn't what you needed, and you needed to come back and learn some more. I have a bunch of relapses in my recovery, and I've grown stronger and learned from every relapse. I've become, or not accustomed, but I've learned and made these my tools for my recovery. Oh, this didn't work last time. These are my core issues. These are what happens. This is like what causes me to think or get hopelessness or relationship problems, this, that. And every time I go back and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to work on this time. And I become a better person every time. As long as I keep coming back to these meetings and I keep trying, things will get better. Like Paul said, they will get better. They will not get worse. Like I said, it's your recovery, as long as you're working it, it might come zigzag, you know, but the trajectory is still going to keep going out like this, you know, it's going to go choo, 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 but a little bit further every time. And, you know,
No, you say it.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a bigger, stronger, more moral person. And I guess I wouldn't even take back all the things that I have went through because it would make me not who I am today. You know, I've
Yeah.
learned so much about myself, and I've been able to forgive my addicted family, you know, who abandoned me, you know, and I realize it's all because of the addiction problem they have, you know, and the resentments are gone. I understand they're still in the throes of addiction, and I will never be able to control that. But what I can do is accept it and work on myself, you know. So I love this place. I want to answer his question
Oh,
about
come
what it was like the first time coming into Willwork.
Yeah.
I was not at the first one over there on the other side of the building, but I was at this side of the building on what is it, 2520?
Yeah.
2520 North
Yep.
2nd Street.
Yep. So I was at 2520 North 2nd Street. And I walked in and I was like, this is a man cave. There's no way this person's sober. And I was so enthralled. Like I couldn't keep up with everything that was on the walls or the statues or the paintings or the neons or the Elvis standing, you know, like, and then I started donating to it. I donated Vikings helmets,
Oh, yeah.
some pacifiers.
I want you guys to
Vikings.
keep going.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
I wanna hear about your experience.
So when I got there, I was like, all right, it's comfortable. There's a lot of couches. There's a lot of people that I recognized from the streets that were, you know, really doing some hardcore things out there, and then they're changing their lives. And I started seeing them at other meetings, and I just enveloped myself, and I was like, this is kind of where I want to come hang out. I started watching Vikings games at the meetings, and started going to just random meetings and developing a community network. And then when they moved over here, I was like, nervous to see the new place, because I was like, there's no way it could be as good as it was over there, but it's so much bigger and better over here. And the thing is, you know, I've developed a community of people that I've known for years now here, and I can call on them, you know, like I said, I was going through things with working on my car and job and this and that, you know, and I'm just calling on my recovery community to help me get through those things, you know. And it's just an amazing place. It's the most unusual meeting that you'll ever come to, but for me, it's the greatest place I've ever been to as far as meetings go. You know, there's no way I would be sad and in a great depression if I didn't have this place, because it makes you feel so uncomfortable. And on top of it, there's, you know, meetings for every genre, you know, of people. You know, the thing we don't understand is that a lot of people don't understand is that we got a lot in common. We have more in common than we have not in common. You know, we have the same general story. Drugs and alcohol caused us problems. We either went to jail institutions, or some people died in our lives, and we ended up here in these things, and we got that in common. You know, if you can find reasons to connect with people over those things, versus saying, you know, oh, he's not like me, or I got, you know, I was way harder in drugs, or I'm not as bad as that person. You know, if you find the common areas of your life, you can really bond and create some really good friends, and you can network. You can, I mean, like I said, I'm getting my car fixed with somebody in recovery. I've found jobs in recovery, and I'm a huge fan of living my recovery out loud. You know, I don't even hide it from the people I interview at jobs with. I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I become a stronger person. I work harder, and it's just, I'm resilient. And
Well, and here's the thing, you brought this up, and some of these fellowships, I'm real careful about tradition and saying specific fellowships.
Yeah.
What I'll tell you is it was embedded in me in the first few years of my recoveries. We look for the similarities, not the differences.
Yeah.
We look for reasons to stay, not to leave.
Yep.
We stay solution based. And a lot of that, it's like a no brainer. Like when I'm in the positive, shit's good.
Yeah.
When I'm not out here in the negative, like things aren't negative. It's almost really positive affirmation, whatever, but it's like, it's been a test of time. I've tested it. When I force myself to smile or force myself to be solution based, shit's better. Like things are just better. When I'm looking for reasons not to separate myself, like you were saying, similar, like, bro, if I'm looking for a reason to leave, I'll find a reason.
Right.
I will find a reason to, like,
try finding one to stay.
She's wearing her shoes. Look at the way he got that. That's a crooked ass picture. Anything, I will find a reason to leave or to separate myself from you.
Right.
Yolanda, you got, man, look, tell homeboy. All right, listen, Will Work is the shit, and they do help the community. Or no, that's not the one. She said, Timmy, my sober date is 8/26/25. Tell that one dude with 1 day down to keep up the amazing work. We
Right.
got you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Bro, like,
Thank you. I appreciate
good looking,
that.
Yolanda and Debbie, and had it. Listen, we do this thing together. Like this, all this fellowship. They say the word "we," like
Mhm.
Right.
we. What was it like first time you walked in these doors?
The first time I walked in these doors wasn't at this place. It was at the one on
Second.
25th and 2nd.
yep.
Yeah. It actually Josh brought me. It's weird, but he did. It was, I walked in and I'm like, wow, it was amazing. And everybody was friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't remember what meeting we went to, but it was either a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday.
Yeah, those were the main
And
ones.
yeah, it was amazing. And then I came over here and I came by myself. I was still using at the time. But I still came. And that's because this is what I wanted. And I actually have 8 months sober today.
Nice. We celebrate.
Yep. And it's just been amazing. Yeah.
Isn't it weird how you could be in active use and still know what you needed for recovery and end up at a meeting knowing that this is what you need and don't have the tools to progress until you come to these meetings?
Yeah, well, I was also
It's
in
God.
treatment
Yeah.
at the time. So I went to Avivo, and it honestly, Avivo wasn't for me at the time, but it maybe for somebody else. Who knows? I still used, and on the 2nd of January, I went to inpatient treatment, and I've stayed clean since.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm in school, so like that's like my main priority is to stay out of
Out of the
treatment
streets.
and,
Yep.
and be able to finish school and continue, because like withdrawing would suck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so here's the part of the show. We're gonna do a couple like rounds of questions.
Okay.
And
Love these questions.
no, I got all new ones, guys. I got new ones. My mama bought me these little things. So we got
Ah.
questions, like new questions. Because I got a mom who's like my cheerleader.
Nice. I wish I
Nice.
had my mom in
Yeah,
my
my-
Yeah,
corner.
Hey,
My
hug the
mom's
ones
in my corner,
that,
but I don't think she's in recovery, but she doesn't do what we do.
right.
But I mean, she's sober, so
Pick a card for me.
okay.
Oh, don't get her stuck on cards.
All
That's the other addiction.
Nah. nah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Let's talk about some medications.
Ooh.
Are there elements of your treatment that could be improved to help you proceed? No, I lied. And how's treatment? Thank you, Mama. Some of these though, she like is just think how you are actively working to this ain't gonna be a good one either. I think I grabbed from the wrong side. Hang on. There's two different sections in this.
There's a treatment section and a recovery
Yeah,
section.
Yep. All right. Where's the gray bottoms? There we go. What area of your life could be 10% more? What area of your life could use 10% more of your energy? You go.
Spirituality
Spirituality.
and yeah,
Mhm.
connection with others. Like
Ooh.
I would come to meetings and not talk to anyone, and I wouldn't share, and then I wouldn't have any connection with others, and I wouldn't be able to reach out when I needed to, and that's why I'm at day one.
Hey, that they say the opposite of addiction is connection, but it kind of goes hand in hand with like what you're saying, like similarities, not differences, reasons to stay, not leave.
Right.
What area of your life could use 10% more energy?
You know, 100%. I'm on board with him too. I work a 12-step program, and I believe where I'm failing the most is committing to prayer and my higher power. I believe, but has that given me the ability to give a significant amount of time to him? I have not. I've failed I guess that's not the word I want to use. I have not failed. I have not, my standards are not being met, and his aren't probably either. I
But
believe
you're actively working on it.
I am actively working on it. I do say prayers, not just jail cell prayers,
Right.
you know.
Right.
God, please get me out of this. I'll never do it again. I've given a couple of brief moments in my bed saying thank you for the ability to do this. So this came about because of jail cell prayers. I had been sitting in solitary confinement for about 13 months straight before I hit Oak Park Heights. And because of acting stupid, let's just say. And I had no support system, no family, no loved ones, and I was doing my time by myself.
Wow.
And it hurt. It broke me. That's all I wanted was love, to be loved, to have friends, to have communication. And I started praying to them because I was like, the first thing I had to realize was things weren't so bad. I had a roof over my head. I had food in my belly.
Yep.
I had the guards I could communicate with. I had pens,
Right.
papers. I had things I could do. And I wasn't in physical pain. I still had my sight. I still had my hands. I still had my legs. And I'm like, you know what? And it was just like a key moment, an aha moment, acceptance, having gratitude for the things that I could have. And I did have, because there's a lot of people out there that can't hear, can't see, can't hold things, can't hug nobody, that can't change their own diaper, things like that, because,
Perspectives of-
yeah. And so like I had to hit those deep, hard truths. Like, I'm not a captive in a third world country,
Oh, yeah.
and being starved to death, and like it gave me a sense of perspective. Perspective has been my big word this week, is changing my perspective and being
Mhm.
grateful for the things I do got. And that's what I give my thanks to God for now is the ability to the fact that I can go to work. I get the opportunity to go to work. Some
Being able
people
to see
can't,
that- Yeah, 100%. Because they don't have legs.
yeah, they don't have legs or arms, can't
Or
see,
even the mental
like
yeah.
the
Yeah.
mental capacities. And I'm like, man, that changed my whole life. And then I had to give it to God for giving me those things,
No, I
but
get it.
the best thing he could have gave me was that perspective,
That's tough. Yeah, his plans. So here I'm kind of taking a left turn.
No,
You're
yeah.
answering that next, but I'm wrapping you up. I want you to pick a number 1 through 100.
98.
98. All right.
degrees.
98. If you could rename yourself, what would your name be?
Oh,
I don't know.
Any name. What would it be?
What would it be? I don't even know.
All right, pick another number.
Pick another number, 70.
70. What fictional world or place would you like to visit?
oh,
I like to visit the planet on Dune with all the worms.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Would you
great.
have one of the nose jobbies too? The little breather tubes?
Yeah, the breather tube.
Nice.
Buddy. All right, the name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. What's your gratitude look like today?
I'm grateful for my family who I was honest with about my lapse, and they're supportive and
Oh yeah.
just trying to
Nice.
be there
It's
for
nice
me.
to have that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I love you. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you.
Now get out of my studio. No.
All
Hey,
right.
when you go, ask her if she wants to come on, and if she does, send her in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 10% more energy. What
Oh,
would
she's
you
hiding. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, hey, too, but
We'll call
All right,
her
but-
Miss L. Come in
because
here, Miss
I got
L.
Paul. I got 3 more coming in, so I'm gonna give you this question.
Here she comes.
What area of your life could use 10% more of your energy?
I have to say, spirituality.
Spirituality.
Yeah, I suck at spirituality.
Are you actively trying to do something different?
No,
She goes to church.
that's the only thing I do go to.
That's not
is
only.
I go to church.
That's not only
And I go to Serenity Village on Tuesday nights too.
recovery
Um,
meeting. Yep.
Yep. But it's more church and recovery
Yeah.
at the same time,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy that. So we can keep going to that, Josh.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm wrapping you two up,
Okay.
and you're gonna not. I won't keep you in here long.
Those
Name
are
of the
my
show is
rides.
Attitude for Gratitude. What's your gratitude look like?
My gratitude. I don't know. My friends.
Your friends.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
Oh, your invisibility. All right.
Yep.
Grab it, but they're both coming on next.
Okay.
Attitude for gratitude.
What's your
Like I said,
gratitude
I
look
just
like?
named off a whole bunch of
Yeah,
stuff
you
I'm
did.
grateful for. I mean, I'm grateful for the friends that I have that are helping me fix my truck, and hopefully the we can make it through and it survives long enough for me to get a real job.
Right.
You know, I'm graduating treatment soon, and all I want to do is just do the next best thing, which is get that full-time job and work hard so I can be grateful for that. You know,
That's what's up.
what was the other thing?
Superpower. What's your superpower? Any superpower.
My superpower would be repel intrusive thoughts.
Oh, that's what's up. I love you, brother. Thanks for coming on and
Is
sharing.
that really a superpower?
If it's yours, no one can tell you what your superpower looks like, man. All right. Welcome to the show, young lady. You've never been on here, have you?
Not yours, no.
You've been on the Wednesday night.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Laura,
Laura, welcome to the show.
thank you.
Do you remember the first time you came to Will Work for Recovery?
Yes, I do.
Tell me all about it. Just tell me. Here's the main question I want to pretend someone's listening who's never been here. Tell me your experience when you walked in and how you explained it. So, yeah,
was
break it down.
awesome.
Yeah, break it down for someone who hasn't been here. How would you explain this to them?
It was actually kind of nerve-wracking because it was my 1st ever meeting ever. Like
Oh, really?
ever.
So this was what your thought of recovery was. Like,
It was completely different. I didn't expect such a large community of people, and the environment it's epic. It is really epic. Like it draws you in, it sucks you in, it holds you here, and I love it. I absolutely love it here. I really do. Like I would.
how long have you been coming? No.
Let's see. I started treatment in April, so I think it was like towards the end of April is when I started.
Nice. Real quick, can you hear me in your headphones? All right, I won't hear you guys because I have your mics muted. What he was telling you, these things you can't move them. So the best thing is just get as close as you can to it because they don't move. So just get close to it. You're fine. We'll hear you. Yeah, you're good.
Go ahead, spit on it.
Don't spit on it. It's not that kind of show. What? One more time.
No,
again,
I mean,
what
it's
was
just
your
so
name?
close. Laura.
Laura. Because someone was asking, and they're like, as a woman in recovery coming to this place, did you still feel like you didn't feel uncomfortable, or did
No.
you feel comfortable being here?
I feel completely a part of this community. Big time.
Do you remember what night was it? A Monday, Wednesday? Do you remember that?
Friday
first-
night.
So it was busy.
Yes.
Did it feel overwhelming with all the people?
No, not with the people, but definitely like when you guys are doing the ticket calling and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do it to this day. I'm still like, oh my gosh, it's close to my number. Okay.
Have you ever got to share?
Yes, several times. And I think it gets easier every time.
Heck
It really
yeah.
does. But I always have that first initial like, I had a speech. Now I'm blank.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah, it's like a stage fright thing. I
Yeah.
get it. I totally get it. It'll be fine. No, you'll be good. Just get like this, like lean forward towards it, but you're good. It'll be fine. Pick a number 1 through 100.
44.
44. All right, 44. The zombie apocalypse is coming.
Oh my god.
What do you want? Oh, who do you want with you during the zombie apocalypse? Who's your road dog? Who's coming with you? I muted you. You can talk to him loud.
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a good one. I never heard that one. All right, and then what area of your life could use 10% more of your energy?
That's a hard one. 10% more of my energy. Oh my goodness. Probably just my brain.
For self.
Yes, myself. Me, myself, and I. Yeah.
So I don't, if you have plans and you got to get going, cool. Otherwise, hang out. I'm going to start with these guys. I might have one more person coming. If they do, then I'll ask you for a wrap up question. But for now, you're good. You get comfy.
Okay.
Young man, who are you? Patrick. Welcome to the show, and just lean a little closer to the microphone if you can. Yep, there you go. You know what? Yeah, it's a goofy mic. It'll fall off the table. I'm going to do something about that eventually. I promise, Patrick. So I'll repeat whatever you need. You're good. Patrick, welcome to the show. Let's do this. Who are you, young man? Paul. Oh, you know why I couldn't hear you guys? I had you muted. What's your name again?
Patrick.
There we go. Who are you?
Paul.
Paul, welcome to the show, boys. So Patrick, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How long have you been coming to Willwork?
2 months.
2 months. Do you remember that first time you came?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Before I came, a friend of mine, is it okay to mention names?
Not last names, but yes, you go ahead. Peter,
Okay.
John, Frank, whatever.
Okay. A friend of mine, Natalie.
Oh, she's a great person. She's a big,
Yes.
there she is. All right. No, she's supporting us. You're
Huh?
good. She's saying hello.
She's on there?
Yeah. This is everyone can interact. But
Ah.
Natalie told you about this place, so you showed
Well,
up.
Well, what I did is, I was going to start reaching out and going to meetings again. you
Yeah.
know? And anyway, I asked Natalie, I go, this meeting that you go to on Friday nights, if I mention Jesus, are people going to look at me funny? And she goes, no. I said, okay. I guess I'll pick you up.
Nice.
We'll go.
Right. And no one did act funny, right?
No.
No. Because we are, it's not that we're some church. I read about what we are at the beginning of this show, but we are a recovery community. You know what? What are we, sir?
We're an RCO, Recovery Community Organization, just a bunch of people in recovery,
Yes.
supporting each other.
So here's my big question to you, Patrick, is how would you, you've been to meetings before you were coming here. You've been to meetings in your life, right?
I've been to thousands.
How would you explain this place to someone who's never been?
It's not, well, how about if I go like this? I've been to
A lot of meetings.
couple of thousand
Yep.
meetings, I used to, when I first started, the judge made me come.
Right,
And
Right.
I had to get my card signed and prove that I was going to AA and stuff, and going through the court system and stuff. Anyway, I used to go to AA all the time, and I kind of got, every meeting that you go to in AA, they waste half the meeting reading the steps and stuff and how it works and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only hear that so many times. Anyway, and then I went to Christ-centered recovery, where it's kind of like a
Faith-based type.
yeah,
Yep.
faith,
Yeah.
like Christian. It's like a AA Bible study combined, and
Yep.
And I was doing that for about 10 years. And then, for about the last maybe 7, 8 years, I just been going to church and Bible study, and then I go to Fridley, Illinois for the general meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and they have speakers and stuff. Anyway, the one thing, that when I came here for the first time, it's got that big room back there, and everybody's got a nice, comfortable chair to sit in.
Nice.
Leather chairs and couches and bean bags. Yep.
Okay, and then they read off your number. I asked Natalie, I go, what goes on here. And anyway, they read off a number and you get up and say your sobriety date and whatever, and what you're doing in your recovery and stuff. Anyway, I was going, you know, right from the start, I go, this place needs a PA system.
I remember. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Anyway, we're getting that too. We got big,
Yeah.
huge professional speakers that are being installed with mics that are going to get passed. And I think that comes off the back of your suggestion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what it is, you know, where people are sitting, it's like being in a gymnasium, you know, and I couldn't hear anybody, you know.
Okay.
And I'm just going, boy, they, you know, I think I told you and I told Teddy and Carolyn and, you know, I wanted to find out, you know, like who's in charge of this place.
Right.
And
That guy.
and the thing is, you know, when people are sitting in the back 40 and you can't hear what they're saying, you know, that's like bad.
Right. Yeah. Because people are sharing about things and we
You
want to
know,
hear it.
Well, I went to that the bonfire last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I was telling the guys, around 6 or 7 of us were sitting around the bonfire. I'm going, it's, you know, when you're in an AA group and you're sitting around the table, it's easy to hear people,
Right.
you know, because they're right across the table. But when you're spread out like that, we need some help.
And that's the thing. So, and I know I'm kind of cutting off and pushing along. What's the ambiance like? What was that like for you versus like an Alano Club when you walk in and seeing what you're seeing? How would you explain that to someone? What you saw in the, you know, what you saw?
Well, it's a different kind of meeting, and
Mhm.
you know, it's I don't know. I haven't experienced it, but
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I here's my thing, and I'm terrible about cutting people off, and I still do it. Until I came here in person, you couldn't have explained this place to me.
No.
There's no way Natalie could have said, Tim, no, there's these leather couches and there's Marilyn Monroe and neon lights and pictures. And I always try to get that across on air. And that's why when I had you share about your first visit here, I just like to hear everyone's experience with it.
okay.
And I get it. When you have 100 people in that room and someone's sharing over there, it can get hard to hear. And that's something we are doing about it is, you know, we're going to get the PA system too for certain meetings. How long have you been sober?
20 years.
20 years. Here's what we do. We go like this. That's the audience clap. We celebrate clean time. Paul, well, do we have any things coming up that
There's all
we'll
kinds of stuff coming up.
share about something?
On the 13th,
Come on.
next Saturday, we're having a little party, food truck, this, that, the other thing. It's just stuff. Like us on Facebook, look at our page. You'll see what's going on. A couple live comedians, just some good fun. You know, just I like to use the word stuff. Stuff is going on, man.
Yes.
Just like, you know what? We just had someone in here, Josh, he was explaining when he came, he's like, I got my soldier and I got my white flag. What is that? What is that about, Paul?
Man, it's just about stuff. You know, it's got nothing to do with your sobriety, your recovery, or whatever you want to call it. It's just stuff, man. But that stuff that you recognize that stuff and willing to recognize that stuff may keep you cleaner. So I don't know how much more to explain it other than it's just stuff, man. You know,
I consider my stuff sacred.
there
Hey,
you go.
yeah.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. I mean,
Yep.
because it's just stuff. Do what the hell you want with it.
Right.
You know, like I said, some people are tied to your shoe. Do it. It's just kind of hard to explain. It's
Is there a
just
story
stuff.
behind the soldier? What made you start? I've had the question asked, and I was like, I can't answer it. I don't really know a story. I know the marble story. Is there a story behind why you give out soldiers?
Man, just because we are soldiers, man, we're God's soldiers, man. You know, we put on that armor of you know, all the stuff, and that's just kind of where it come from. You know, I also pass out little Jesuses. You know, it's just stuff.
I got my
I
little
got one of
Jesus.
those too.
Yep, right here's my little Jesus watching you, buddy.
It's just
I keep my
stuff,
soldier
man.
on me every day.
Nice.
There's
Yep.
our soldier right there.
There you go.
Pew
And here
pew.
goes my little Jesus
I
on
mean,
the microphone.
You know, a lot of this stuff started with Carolyn. You know, the story goes, she got the marble and a 24-hour medallion, and she's had the same one for 29 years. You know,
Nice.
and it just dawns on me that you know, you're willing to recognize that stuff's going to keep you cleaner than not, because it's certainly, the soldier is not going to keep you clean.
No.
Your willingness to recognize it does. You know, I'm a soldier every day. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a soldier, and you know, I got my marble, I got my whatever, man, whatever.
It helps give you peace of mind, though. It really does.
Well, good.
And
I
what-
mean, because I really don't know, other than, like I said, it's just stuff, man.
I think that's huge. Paul, I want to ask you something.
Mhm.
You went through something pretty big in life here recently.
Yeah.
You care to share about what you just went through and that you're still here? If you don't have
Sure,
to,
I
if
had
you don't-
open heart surgery, triple bypass, and you know, it's kind of life changing. It's still kind of hard to comprehend, but it is what it is. I guess how I can explain it is, listen, man, I've been through the mill, and I can tell you this, man, I still have a purpose, on purpose, for a purpose.
Mm.
And you know, I wouldn't be here if I didn't still have a purpose. Don't know what it is, but I just keep going forward one day at a time. Just trudging forward, man. That's
I get
kind of
choked up,
about-
dude. Every time you say that, I'm on purpose for like I get.
Well, it's
chokes me
true,
up.
and everybody in here, it's a fact. We've all been through the mill, man. We've all had different rock bottoms, and dramatic things happen, and I just know that. Listen, you know, near death experiences that have happened for a reason, you know, and I'm still here. So I just keep moving forward, man. Listening to the big guy on which way to go, what to do. From soldiers to marbles to this, that, and the other thing. It's all just stuff. It's
I
all
love
just
it.
stuff, man. Whatever your willingness to recognize that stuff's going to keep you cleaner than not.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, it's good. You know, I'll prod you for some more. So, hey, Patrick,
Yeah.
what do you? A new guy comes up and, hey, Patrick, I really want to drink. What should I do? What do you say?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Cut and dry. Just don't do it.
Just
I
don't
love
do
it.
it.
Look, I love it. Exactly. You know,
The thing is, you know, I got 20 years clean and sober, but took me 50 to get it,
Right. Right.
you know, and nobody has relapsed more than me, you know, and I've lost everything I own 2 or 3 times, you know. But I didn't lose it, I gave it away.
Right.
You know, I chose drugs and alcohol over, you know, I remember back in 1989, I had a really good job, and I was making really good money, and I had $50,000 in profit sharing, and anyway, you know, the company gave me like 10 chances to, you know, get
Get it
my-
together.
get my stuff together.
Did you
And
just say stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's just stuff.
And then you chose.
anyway, they sent me to treatment and everything, you know, they paid for it. Anyway, it got to a point where they forced me to resign, and, you know, I was, you know, anyway, I left the company with 50 grand, And a year and a half later was gone, you know,
Oh,
and I lost my brand new truck, my Gold Wing, my mobile home, all went back to the bank. And, you know, it was a bad time.
yeah, and I get that. Give me 1 second here. She's about to head out. What I want to do is ask you just a couple wrap up questions. Pick the number 1 through 100.
Oh boy. 21.
21. What's your favorite quote?
Nice.
Well, it's kind of something I came up with in recovery. It's let it go and let it flow.
Ooh,
Right on.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
One more. Pick another number.
Oh boy. 88.
88. Feeling great. If you had to be a season, what season would you be?
Winter.
Winter. Winter.
Yep.
Wow.
Break it down just a little. Wow. True Minnesotan right there.
Uh-huh,
Say,
that
yeah.
part. No, because to me, winter is calm. It's even. There's a storm, but I've always survived through that. Like I know how to
Nice.
protect myself, keep my limbs and everything, and just keep moving and keep moving and keep moving. I mean,
Nice.
as long as you move, you don't get cold. You actually start sweating. So
Right. Name of the show is Attitude for Gratitude. What's your gratitude look like today?
my gratitude is I'm glad to have a second chance. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have the sober community that I have. Like I'm grateful.
I'm grateful you came on and shared. The very final thing before you get up and leave is if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Mind reading.
Mind reading
Mhm.
by choice, or when you walk in a room, you hear 3 guys' minds and you can't stop.
By
it?
choice.
There we go.
By choice.
By choice mind reading. All right. Thank you for coming
Thank
on
you,
and
guys.
sharing a little bit.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Right on.
Young man in the red jacket, Patrick, I got a question for you. What area of your life could use 10% more energy, more of your energy?
The word.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
big word
Yeah.
upstairs. You're the third person to answer that same exact way. More in our faith life. Paul, did you answer that?
I did not.
I would like to hear it.
10% of my energy would be, I'd hate to say, I agree with Patrick in the word, but I stay pretty God conscious all
Could
day
you,
long.
you say God conscious. What's the benefit for you? I've heard you share about this and
Yeah.
it's powerful, but what do you mean?
Well, it's been a fact for me that when I'm God conscious, things are just better. When I'm not, I'm kicking rocks, I'm complaining, bitching, So it's just like I said, I got in this to get better, not to remain the same. And when I'm God conscious, whether he is or he is not, things are better. So I just try to stay God conscious, man. In prayer, meditation, whatever, because I'm still a mess.
Give me one way that you name one of the ways that helps calm your mind. What helps calm you?
Well, again, when I'm in the Word, yeah.
All right. Patrick, what helps calm you?
The word, I guess.
The word you stealing his answers. All right,
I gotta say,
come on.
that staying in the Word. A lot of people say that for a reason because it probably works.
Yeah.
So again, like I say, whether he isn't or he isn't, when I'm in the Word, things are just better. It's kind of like a no-brainer, man. And I think everybody can kind of admit that listen, man, when I'm
Yeah.
God conscious, things are just better. When I'm not, things aren't as better.
This is one of the things like about recovery I love is when I hear I can try it. I'm not out anything trying it. And when Paul first shared that somewhere along the line, because I used to truly hang on your every word. A lot of people do. You're Paul. I've got people on here. It's Paul Birch. And it's not fair to pedestal people, but it's what it is. And the first time you shared that, when I'm God conscious, things are better. And I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, I can try it. So I started putting God first and trying, just thinking. and it was a fail safe. When I kept God in the forefront, things were better. It helped me stay conscious of doing wrong.
Right.
There's so many facets of what it was.
Right.
The benefit of it was there. And it was like, that's also when things changed for me. It was like, wow, I can try what other people suggest, or when I hear someone else talk about what works for them, it's like, shit, I can try that.
Right.
I'm not out anything, and it might not work for me. It might not work for you. But when it's working, like, sweet, I found something.
Well, and we talk about it a lot too, is everybody's got a different destination, different morals, values, standards, boundaries. Their recoveries they're all different. Everybody's drama, everybody's rock bottom. And I have to recognize that. I have to realize that, what I do doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. They're all just suggestions, just like the book says.
Well, and here's that thing. One of these old timers said is, yeah, I'll give you suggestions about recovery the same way I tell you if you're drowning, start swimming.
Sure.
I just thought it was like, okay, suggestions, but I want my life better. And you
Right.
guys have what I want. So I'm going to do exactly what you suggest or do what you're doing. Because I couldn't do it.
In the meeting tonight, somebody shared about discipline. And that's a big thing in recovery, man, because as an addict, and I'll just speak for myself, I was very undisciplined. I did what I want when I want and got it when I want, and now, you got to have that discipline to discipline yourself.
Yeah, no, that's Wade W talks about discipline a lot.
Yeah.
Sacrifice and discipline
Yeah.
those are hard. For me, it was tricky.
Yeah.
It's just eating and my actions, the discipline not to do the easier, what I thought was easier, just discipline. You're right.
Shout out to Dustin O. One of the meetings we were talking about discipline and stuff, and it's like how people say, I want what he's got. Well, you know what? You got to have the discipline that he had to get it,
Right.
and you might not have that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, some of this stuff is just so simple, so easy to comprehend, but we
want the
overthink
thing,
it.
but we're not willing to do what it takes to get the
right.
thing.
Right. The discipline has been, it's been key discipline.
Yeah.
Well, I got something to
Come on.
My parents were divorced when I was 4, so my dad was still, he moved to Alaska and he'd come back and every other summer and spend time with us. And then he moved back eventually, but I pretty much grew up without my dad's discipline,
Mhm.
And, I think that's a big part of my being an alcoholic and addict and stuff. And, I didn't realize it till, I was clean and sober for about 7 or 8 years, and I was going to this Christ-centered recovery at Emmanuel Christian Center, and there's this guy. He was a therapist. He's no longer with us, but his name was Bob Dykstra, and he had his own business in therapy and stuff. And anyway, he told us that like our whole character is formed, before when we're 7 or 8 years old, it's formed,
Right.
And we carry that through life, So I was, I had, like abandonment issues and insecurities and all this stuff that I didn't know I had.
Right.
And, like when I had my first drink, I'm just going, wow.
Right.
You know, I was 10 feet tall and bulletproof, you know, and liquid courage and all the rest of that stuff, you know. And anyway, I had to understand all that. But discipline, you know, I never had my dad, like discipline me. He wasn't
Right,
there.
right.
Like you be home at 10 or your ass is mine.
So by the time you were fully developed, you didn't even have that discipline in you, and you kind of correlate that to what your life trajectory
what
was.
it was the judge was
That was
disciplining me.
right.
The judge would make me go to AA.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
The judge would throw me in jail.
Yeah.
You know? And I had to listen to him.
You know, something else that was said, tonight in the meeting that really, and I've heard it before, but it's like, like a diabetic needs their insulin
yeah.
or they die, right?
Yeah.
You know, as addicts and alcoholics, we need them steps and that stuff, or we're going to die.
Yeah, this is no joke.
We need that discipline. But it was said in the meeting tonight that, the big book is just simple directions for a better way of living.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have a hard time following directions. So
Yes.
all you have to do is follow the directions,
Yeah.
man. Follow the steps, take the steps, and things will come together, man. And stay consistent and persistent, and things tend to change.
I was just sharing. I've been getting into this little TikTok stuff, making videos.
Uh-oh.
Well, you'll see.
Yep.
It's paying off. I shouldn't say it like that, but that's what this is here. It's live TikTok, whatever. Dude, I'm so old. But I've been making videos, and I made one. It was yesterday talking about this thing. They told me what we have is a disease. They said this thing of addiction is a disease, and everyone has their own take on it. My take is this: unlike cancer,
Mm-hmm.
I can find my cure to get into remission, and it's in a couple steps, 12 steps, and all of a sudden I'm in remission. Like, I'm not diminishing this disease from a cancerous death sentence, but what I'm saying is we've got a disease that does have a cure.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's on me to go find that cure and do what it takes to get into remission. And you just shared, like, it sucks. We're not the best at following directions. That's what got me the disease I have now.
Because we're undisciplined. We don't
Yeah.
follow directions.
No.
We make our own.
Yeah.
Once you can start following those directions, taking them steps, man, things tend to change. You're talking about the disease, and something I heard that I really like because it's a fact for myself, and usually what I got to say is pertains to me, and that's that when I heard somebody say, we don't just have a disease, we have a dis-ease. And wow, I mean, just that simple. It's true. We have this dis-ease, whether it be our undiscipline, whether it be abuse, all that stuff, man. It's something that inside of us, we have this dis-ease that we look to soothe with alcohol or drugs.
Right.
So, you get open and reveal that dis-ease, it tends to go away,
Oh.
by getting uncomfortable.
And it's like you always say, those one-liners they
Yeah.
apply. There you go. This is the dis-ease of this thing.
Yeah.
That one, it's spot on. It's spot on. Patrick, pick a number 1 through 100. There's no wrong number.
4.
4.
Mhm.
When you were little, who was your favorite superhero?
My dad.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Paul, who was your favorite superhero when you were little?
Well, I'll tell you, my favorite superhero was Underdog. Why? Because he was a drug addict.
Dude, for some
No.
reason, in my head, I was like, he's going to say underdog. I can't believe it.
No, I mean, that was just funny because, remember he'd
Yeah.
open up his ring and take a pill.
He was a doper, dude.
But no,
That wasn't your. So who was your superhero?
my superhero had to be like either Batman or Superman. I
Right.
think,
All right, you pick a number 1 through 100.
61.
61. What is your favorite magical or mythical animal?
Man, it's got to be I don't know, mythical.
I couldn't think
How
of
about
magical.
a dragon.
A dragon. Oh, yeah, a dragon.
You know, I don't know if they're my. I don't know.
Well-
Maybe that gargoyle.
A gargoyle. I don't think those are real. So there's mythical. Do you have a mythical or magical favorite animal?
No.
All right. Well, then that means you have to pick a number 1 through 100.
11.
11. 11 it is. If you could visit any place in the world, where would you choose to go?
Alaska.
Nice.
Yes, Alaska.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Me neither. I'd love to check it out too. It's not all just cold and icy, I guess. There's some beautiful country. There's one of the best motorcycle trails up there, I've heard. Shit, no, I'm
In
saying-
Alaska.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
dude,
yeah,
like
probably.
Arkansas times 50, I guess.
Wow.
I'll send you the link. Someone just sent it to me.
Wow.
You got to ship your bike to this place though.
Oh, wow.
Paul.
Yeah.
Any place in the world, where do you want to go?
Man, it's got to be like Greece or Switzerland or Dubai or it's just something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. And you know what, man? I kind of like the United States of America.
I love it here. Hey, I'd say something like one of the like Glacier, because a place I haven't been. I haven't been to that
Glacier is
Devil's.
one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I want to check that out, or that Devil's Canyon, I think. Or
Devil's Triangle.
yeah, I want to go there. I've only really been to Arkansas and North and South Carolina, right that area, and there's so much beautiful country.
Mhm.
I want to go all up and down the coast, from like Seattle down to California. Like, there's a lot of places. So the name of this show is Attitude for Gratitude, Patrick. What does your gratitude look like today?
I'm grateful that Jesus Christ came to my rescue.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Paul, attitude for gratitude. What's your gratitude look like today?
Man, my gratitude looks like I'm just grateful to be alive and moving forward and willing to make changes. Because, like I said, I'm still a mess. And you know, I always like something that Bob shares, and he's always said that just because you park your car in a garage doesn't make you a car. And I'll tell you what, just because you go to meetings doesn't mean you're sober. And I'm just grateful that I can participate and that I can, that I want to stay willing to get better.
Right.
Because I certainly don't want to remain the same. And things are just getting better. And I'm grateful for all that, man.
Oh yeah. Before we do the wrap up stuff, before I flip the camera, Patrick, before I ask you guys your very final question, is there anything you want to add? Talk to the recovery community, anything you want to tell them? Anything that maybe I didn't get a chance to ask you to answer, or anything that you'd like to add?
Trust Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
And that's wrong. Hell yeah. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Paul, anything you'd like to add before I ask final questions?
Man, I just want to, clear the slate or whatever. Will Work Recovery is an RCO, man. We're a recovery community organization. We're a bunch of people in recovery supporting each other. We do AA, NA, CAGA, AAA, LMNOP. We're just a bunch of people in recovery supporting each other. By no means do we go against the grain. We're just doing something different, man. And I just love to see people's lives changing because of it. This place ain't for everybody, neither is AA. But just find your spot, man, because the dope is no good and they're telling on you for free.
We had a guy with one
So-
day who just said that.
Yeah, so
You know?
just get your act together, man, because you play stupid games, guess what? You get stupid prizes.
Stupid prizes.
That's, I just don't know how else to. Ted said it, if you come in here and ask Paul, what you got to do, he's just going to tell you, what to do. And that is my answer is, listen, you know what you got to do. You
Yep.
just got to do it.
Yep.
And we're not always willing to do that because we're
We're-
undisciplined.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, man, happy trails and much love and respect.
Yeah, Yeah, and as I've done before when I have you on the shows, I like I can't even look at you. I start crying when I say this shit. But I personally want to thank you for doing what you got. For having for being in a high speed chase,
Yeah.
getting all messed up, being put in the hospital, and having a vision of this place.
Mhm.
I don't know where my life would be without Will Work for Recovery. It did save my life. Sure, I put the work in, but until I walked into a place that looked like this, and I realized recovery could look different,
Mhm.
I don't know where I'd be today. I honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be because I didn't take a different route, but I figure I'd have been back out using. That's me personally. I needed to walk into a place and see this. I tried to, you know how I tried to make this look just like the other room, but dude, I need that. And we had a show and we talked about it. People, a lot of addicts are ADD or OCD, whatever. My brain needed this. I don't know how else to say it, dude.
I think it's a great place to get started, man. You
Mhm.
know, you come in here, man, and we get you uncomfortable, and before you know it, you know, you're doing the darn thing. So
Yeah.
it's a great place to get started. You know,
Yep. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. She
Yeah,
shared it.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
so nervous the first few times she shared, and now it's easy.
Yeah.
So, any superpower, Paul? What would your superpower be?
man, I don't know.
Come
A superpower.
Yeah, I'd fly.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Oh, yeah. If you could have any superpower, Patrick, what would it be?
I've already flew.
he flew high.
All right.
Yeah, but that was drug assisted. So,
Yeah.
you guys, people didn't know. There's some fun with that question. All right. So, boys and girls, hey, both of you, thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you.
sharing a little bit. I'm going to wrap this up. And that goes like this. If you're struggling and you're looking for a place to come find a little bit of recovery or something different, like you just heard, come down to 4026 Washington Avenue North. We've always got some events going on. We always have things to look forward to do. We have a walk and talk at 7:00 on Saturdays. Then only a few, maybe a month or two left where we're going to have a bonfire right after, but it's an amazing little bonfire pit. We do that right after, and it's a little meeting around the bonfire too. That's on Saturdays. Then Mondays, we have a big meeting here too with Star and her mom that come down here and they're spiritual advisors. We have these little prayer rooms that break out after if you want to sit with someone and to have someone pray with you or talk spirituality. They're here for that. Wednesdays, we have a real big meeting here. And then we also have 5:00. There's a men's meeting and a women's meeting. Like them are really good meetings. Those are really solid spots to come get involved. Women, check it out. Men, check it out. Tonight it was a call-up meeting. Tuesday nights we have a well-briding meeting. It's a indigenous people, native-based meeting. They do smudging. It's really, but they also do some native recovery readings. I've been part of that. We've had them on the show. It's a great meeting. Thursday nights, come down and check out Thursday nights. We've made some changes, and it's a new format. So come on down and check that out. It's a really good meeting. Every night at 7:00. Them are the meeting times. 6:30 a.m. We have a real structured meeting here every day. Come on down and check that out. There's always stuff going on. Always. You want to get involved? Come see the guy you just saw. Come talk to me. There's a guy, Will. There's Carolyn. There's a lot of people that you can come talk to. You see my number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you're struggling, please, please, please reach out. We do have an event coming up in 2 weeks. Paul talked about it. And we're going to have food trucks. We're going to have
I think it's 1 week next Saturday.
next
isn't
Saturday. We have a live comedy. It's a big event. Come on down. And then we also have our big cornhole tournament event from noon to 5 on the 27th or 29th.
it? Friends and family event, man. Bring a family member, brother, sister, mother, father, cousins. This,
It's
that.
always
Let 'em
family
know
friendly.
what you're doing. Show them what you're doing, because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Stuff. So again, if you're struggling, please reach out. If you're having self-harm thoughts, whatever, down 988, reach out. You're worth it. You heard us talk about it. Sacrifice, discipline, all that. You coming down here, we'll help you learn about that stuff, or we'll help you see how you can learn about it. All right. We love you. No one
Happy
told you that.
trails.
Happy
Happy trails.
trails.
Happy trails.
Bye-bye.